Finansiële vryheid is iets waarna van ons almal smag, maar min van ons ooit bereik. Warren Ingram sluit nou by my aan om te gesels oor sy nuwe boek How to Make Your First Million. Warren, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Warren, this is your second book. Your first one was How to Become Your Own Financial Advisor. How does these two books actually differ?
So I think this book is really a follow-up to the first one. You know, when I wrote the first one, I got a lot of people coming back to say, you've given us the broad principles, you've covered so many different areas, but we don't know exactly how to start our investments.
Yeah.
So this one is really about investing only, and then I gave case studies, which I didn't do in the first one, of real people, ordinary South Africans that have managed to make that first million. Yeah. So we're not talking about Bill Gates and those people, we're talking about people that have done it with not a lot to start with.
I want to challenge you on that. So it's an incredibly catchy phrase, and I'll pick it up if I read it. But is it really that simple for an ordinary South African to go out and make their first million, or at least are the principles easy to get there?
The principles are easy to understand, and they're easy to create a plan for yourself, but it's not easy to do. I mean, I think that's really the difference. It's like training for a marathon. I mean, you can go and download a program off the internet. There you go. Those are the principles. But to actually get up every single day and go and train, that's hard to do. Yeah. And I think that's the point. There's a lot of common sense, I hope, in the book, but the discipline required is all going to be on you as the person building up that first million.
When you talk to entrepreneurs, they always say you need to have a vision. You need to know where you're going to. You've got a big focus in the book that says even if to plan for your financial freedom, you need to have a vision for your financial freedom. Why is that important?
Because we all can find reasons not to save. We can all find reasons why we should spend our money this month and not put some money aside for 10 or 20 years' time. Yes. And the only way I think that you'll find the motivation when it's hard, because when you've got that credit card and you're in the store and it's time to spend, you know, what's going to stop you spending on and getting that instant gratification? And let's face it, we're programmed for instant gratification. Yes. And I think it's finding a vision, something you believe in, something that motivates you so strongly that you'll stop spending on the frivolous things and focus on building your long-term future.
Saving, you speak about saving, and it's tough times. Do you think it's still possible for South Africans to save during this time?
Yes, I do, and I think that, again, there'll always be a reason why. You know, so now it's economic conditions, and in the future it might be because there's a family crisis or whatever. There'll always be the reasons, and I think you shouldn't use the economic conditions as a saver yourself as a reason now not to save. I think we have to find reasons to save and make a plan to save, and that's really going to be the key in making your first million. You know, the investments is important, but if you don't have the discipline and the savings, especially the savings discipline, I don't think you can make it.
Let's talk about the investment side of the book. When you talk to South Africans, they say the one thing I can do is I can buy shares. That's only one asset class that I can invest in. What other asset classes do you investigate in the book?
I mean, I try and cover the spectrum. So from somebody who starts out putting $500 a month into an exchange-traded fund, and you know, to me those are nice because they're low cost. You buy lots of different shares and you do it with one thing, and you're not paying anybody for advice. You just do it. So that's one. The second way, as you say, is then buying shares or buying unit trusts, which I think are also kind of simple and transparent. And then we get to the people that go into the property word. And you know, for me, property is nearly a swear word sometimes because South Africans love property. But there are people that have done it by buying rental properties and renting them out to tenants. There are people that have done it by taking their own house, renovating it while they're living in it, and improving it and selling it at a profit, and then moving into the next one and doing it again and again. Yes. So there are a whole different range. And then obviously the entrepreneurs, people who start out in their own business and build it up from nothing.
Yes. One thing that you do talk about is passion. And I like that. A lot of people try to separate investment from any emotion. But you say passion is important for the investor, or in this case for the saver. What passion are you talking about?
To me, I think it's a couple of things. One, so if you're going to embark on let's say almost a business. So the family who decided they're going to live in a house while they're renovating it. Can you imagine the chaos of having children around you and builders and dust and mess? And the only reason, or the only way I think that they could get through that was having a real clear vision, number one, and number two, a passion for this exercise that they're doing. To me, that renovation of the house while they were working, that renovation was another business, and they had a passion for it. They had a clear vision of what that property needed to look like and how they were going to achieve their goal. And I think that's always going to be a key ingredient. You can't just do it as a cold, hard calculation to say, I'm only doing this for money. If you're not doing it for a sense of satisfaction and a bigger purpose, you're not going to get there.
If somebody picks up the book tomorrow, what's their first step in the book? book, what's the first step that they should take?
Please read the book. No, I mean, I think it's a case of saying, develop that vision, develop that goal for yourself, whether it's for you as an individual person or for you as a family. Where do we want to go, and what really is going to drive us to actually get there? What, is it planning for a holiday and paying ourselves to have a nice holiday while we're saving? Because that might be the case.
Yes. The proceeds of the book go towards the Serendipity Trust. Tell us more about the trust.
So the Serendipity Trust is a charity started by my wife and I to put worthy kids through high school, and if they want to and they get through, they go to university as well. So all the proceeds from the book go there. I don't make a cent.
Warren, a fascinating book. I picked it up and I found it incredibly easy to understand, and I'm sure tomorrow a lot of South Africans are going to pick it up. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Na die breek is ons terug met 'n gesprek rondom staatskaping en die mediumtermyn begrotingsraamwerk. Bly net waar jy is.